Cigar Smoking Vets 2, The Deuce. Cigars, libations, laughter, the lovely Duchess of Cigarello, and some guy named Matt. Cigar Smoking Vets 2, The Deuce. I am some guy named Matt, and we got a very special treat. You notice I'm not at the Cigar Smoking Vets 2, The Deuce studio. I am actually on location in a place that we have very much been welcomed. And this time I want to bring in the owner. Tony, please come in here. Ladies and gentlemen,
everybody.
On our last video I did a review of Have a Shot of Freedom Whiskey. I was right here in Big Star Cigar. Tony, mentioned him many times, and say that we are very appreciative of his hospitality, his welcoming nature, and everything right here at Big Star Cigar. So Tony, welcome to Cigar Smoking Vets 2.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Now, one thing I always
At
ask.
my place that I'm at every day, just about.
You are?
But I'm not on camera, so there's that.
You're not, but welcome to the Cigar Smoking
Thank you.
Vets. YTPC. One thing we will also show, because this is YTPC, YouTube Pipe Community,
Yes.
we're going to show your pipes, what you have for sale.
Oh, great.
If
Fantastic.
that's okay with you.
We've got some really cool ones. One of a vet, as a matter of fact, Colonel Bill, because we nickname everybody here. We'll probably get to that later. But Colonel Bill, Air Force, retired, bought a bunch of pipes in Turkey back in the 80s. Meerschaums, beautiful meerschaums, and he never smoked them, he just collected them, and he asked me to consign them for him. And so we've got some beautiful 1980s era authentic Turkish meerschaums.
Now, anybody who's seen our videos here on Cigar Smoking Vets, I don't remember too well. What is it, 3384 North Mount Juliet Road?
Sweet 1100, very well.
There
Very
we
good.
go. So if you're in the Middle Tennessee area, anywhere from Nashville to Lebanon, Hermitage, Mount Juliet especially, you're right in the heart of Mount Juliet.
We are.
Stop by. We got this one here, great guy. There's also Ron, who works your evenings,
Yep.
closes out the shop for you.
Evenings and Saturdays typically, Ron will be holding down the fort. And don't forget Randy, she usually works most Sundays, also has a nickname.
I don't know, I think she's a little bit out there.
She's bananas.
She's, and for those of you who speak French, she's banana. Now, what are you smoking today?
I am
Or
smoking,
I shouldn't say today, at this moment.
at this moment, this actually is a Tarano Master, I'm not sure on the size, I thought it was I think it's a 660. I was thinking it was a Churchill, but it's a 660. Actually a sample from one of my vendors. Because I don't like to smoke my profits.
No, who would like
But
to?
I do on regular occasions, so there you go.
I can't top that.
Yeah.
In all honesty. This
What are you
video,
smoking?
I'm not.
Well, we need to rectify that. Easy.
You gotta watch that one now. Easy, Tiger. Dutch ain't around. In fact, I'm actually going to be reviewing the ABCO Miami. Now, normally we don't have the camera this far away, so
Okay, so you're gonna
what
go
I do
close.
is I come up here. ABCO Miami.
Very nice.
I'm
By the
going
way,
to be smoking that in the Toro size.
also, please note his I voted sticker today. Today
I
is
did.
election day.
Primary elections here in
Yep.
Middle Tennessee.
Yep, I voted the early elections. What do they call those?
Absentee.
No, not absentee. Early voting.
Early voting. There
I
you
did
go.
that
Yes.
as well. So I don't have a sticker today. I had one last week. But make sure and vote. Unless you're Russian, then don't vote.
No. Vote for Putin or something. Do they have anybody
I don't
else?
think they have anybody else running.
Yeah, that's right. So what do you say we fire this sumbitch up and see where it takes us? Cap comes off nice and beautifully.
It's kind of a double cut. Because you edited it, which is a cut.
And then the
And
cut
the
of the cigar. True. It
He's
is a true.
multi-talented.
Don't let that rumor out. People may start expecting it. So we're gonna fire this bitch up. Tony's got some history on this very cigar.
Sure thing. So the ABCO Miami is a cigar made by the Alec Bradley Company. Interesting to note, Alec Bradley is not a person. Alec Bradley is actually two people. The gentleman who started Alec Bradley Cigars has two sons, Alec
Let me guess.
and Bradley.
Yes.
Yep. Both great guys. All three of them are great guys. Who are we kidding? We've had a lot of success with Alec Bradley. We have a great cigar rep named Chris Carey.
Chris is a great guy. You've actually hosted Chris right
Correct.
here at Big Star.
Correct. And so this was a line extension for us. We already had some Alec Bradley cigars, and we added the ABCO here, I don't know what, a month and a half, 2 months ago. And it's doing extremely well for us, which is fantastic.
Now, I'm not going to lie to you. This is not my first ABCO that I've had. It's actually my third. And I always gravitate toward, normally I'm a Robusto guy, which you have for $3.99 right here.
Yep.
But I go for the Toro at $4 1/4.
Great price on a cigar.
But they go up even as far as sizes.
Yep, we have Churchills and we have Gordos, which are 660s, and they run. They're all under $5. So if you're on a budget because the wife has gone shopping, if you have a child in college and you have to pay for it, if you just bought a new house, whatever, or if you're just looking for like a good everyday cigar, ABCO's a great way to go. I hope that gentleman's pulling in right now. Might grab some.
You never know. And that's the thing is, Tony will be in and out during this review because he's the owner of the shop. He's running everything right now. We understand that. We respect his time. We appreciate him being here.
Oh, that guy's going someplace else.
He's probably
Screw
going.
him.
As a matter of fact, he's going to pick up the wife doing her hair 2 doors down.
That's probably it. He should have been just waiting here for the wife to get the hair done.
I know, I would have been.
Oh, well.
So this is
He's thinking about the Duchess's hair, and he starts giggling. That's not a good thing. If she sees this, and we know she will, she'll assume there's something funny about her hair.
There's nothing funny about it.
No, there isn't.
Except for the fact that I was the one that helped her with the whole,
Hair?
thingy. She put a swimming cap on, and I pulled hair out through it.
Oh. Gotcha.
I
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So don't feel bad.
Keep that to yourself, man.
Don't feel bad. Neither do I.
Yeah. So hopefully while you guys are watching this, guys and ladies, you're enjoying the cigar too.
Or a pipe.
Or a pipe, of course.
Because we have folks like Harry Herfner, who enjoys both the pipe and the cigar.
As do I.
As do
I will tell you though, I smoke the pipe more in cooler weather than I do cigars.
Absolutely. It keeps the tobacco. It keeps the tobacco cooler. You don't have to worry about, do I have the 45 minutes to...
Very true.
Especially if you go up to something like one of the larger rings with longer side. No, we're not talking about you. Get back to 2 inches. So, like a 7x70 that'll last you 4 hours.
So if you've left the military and gone to Wisconsin, then
Cheesehead.
you're probably smoking a pipe right now. Good for you. If you're, down in Austin, Texas, where it's 100 degrees plus this week,
Cigarillo.
Cigarillo, yeah, or the Fuente short story. I don't know.
There you go. And there's multiple companies now,
Yes.
especially after this year's IPCPR, who have actually gone with smaller rings, all around smaller cigars. Not necessarily on the FUDA's regulate. That's right. I'm still saying fuck you, FDA. But because of time. How many times have you heard cigarette smokers, and they know, I don't lie about it. I smoke the cigarettes,
We're working on that.
I smoke the pipe, I smoke the cigars.
Yep.
9 cigarette breaks in somebody's 8-hour shift.
Don't have time to smoke a 6x60.
That's 1 cigar break.
Yep.
But on a traditional job, if somebody has one cigar, oh, here I'm there, he's not doing his job. Oh, go fuck yourself. Do I need Jack Nicholson's anger management? Goose rub. Here's a funny thing. We're having fun, as we always do.
Always. Got to. Life's too short, man.
But we're not the only one in this shop.
We're not. But we're not going to mention other people here in the shop.
A certain splat. Oh, and he just looks at us. He says, "You guys are rolling. I'm not even going to give you my voice, let alone be on camera." Not just because of my TBI, but simply because of the nicknames and everything. That's all I know the man by is Splat.
Yep.
You could tell me his first name right now. And I'd say, who?
It's Rachel. It's not.
As long as it's not Rachel Ray.
Yeah.
From the Air Force on an honorable discharge, and that's why we love him so much.
There we go. Yep. Nicknames, since we brought up the nickname, just about everybody here in the Cigar Lounge, just about everybody, earns a nickname at some point. Not everybody has nicknames. Usually somebody has to do something to earn the nickname, or they come with a nickname.
Well, I heard one story, but I'm not sure if it's true.
Well, I'll tell you the story, and he'll correct me if I'm wrong, but I know I'm not, because I assumed the same thing. He laid down a bike at some point, and they called him Splat.
Air Force background, what I actually heard
Yeah?
was that he got too close to the loading of a C-130,
Okay.
fell out, and that was the sound he made when he hit the ground.
Also untrue, but a darn good story. Splat's nickname originated from his ability to perfectly position himself underneath a bird strike. Not a bird hitting him, something leaving the bird hitting him.
And shitload, or shit landing, would be a bad nickname. So therefore it is Splat.
There you've got Moonshine Matt, we've got Colonel Bill, which we talked about the pipes with Colonel Bill. Everybody earns a nickname at some point or another. So, come visit us here in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. Mention that you watched us on Cigar Smoking Vets.
And you won't kick them out?
We won't kick them out, but we will give you a nickname. So not only will you be able to purchase cigars, pipe tobacco, pipes, cigar accessories, whatever you like, you'll walk out with a free nickname. We collect cigars that we ship off to veterans. Basically, the deal is anybody who wants to purchase a cigar for a vet, we've got a box that we collect. When we get enough cigars to fill a box, usually around 20 or so, we either use the USO and ship them off to random service members, or because we have so many vets that are regulars here at the shop, a lot of them
one.
There you go. But a lot of them have connections either through family or friends that are serving in some manner, and we'll get that address and ship them a bunch. We've shipped to ships at sea. We've shipped to the UAE. We've shipped to Afghanistan. We've shipped to Kuwait. We've shipped even to San Diego.
So near and far,
Near and far. We've been doing this for about almost 5 of our 6 years now, and I bet you we've probably shipped off 30 to 40 boxes of cigars now, which is cool. So I cover the postage, you guys cover the cigars, everybody wins, and we give the guys and ladies that are serving a little taste of home and show our appreciation. Dude, where is that coming from?
Believe it or not, that's coming from my ass.
But I have a lot of respect for those that did.
But you also, in a way, people don't realize this, your background prior to Big Star. I done did my research.
Good for you.
Actually touches a lot of service members when they are deployed. Your background prior to opening Big Star Cigar is in music.
Yes, sir. Prior to this, I worked nearly 20 years in the music business, all of it country music. We did have some rock acts that I worked with that had some crossover stuff like Kid Rock, Aaron Lewis from Stained, he had some country stuff. But of course a lot of those acts do USO tours. Kelly Pickler does a ton of USO stuff.
Live with Ben and Kelly, Kelly and Ben.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. So a number of the acts that I've done, Craig Morgan, who I worked with for a number of years,
Is a veteran himself.
He is a veteran himself, and he's told some great stories about USO tours, because since he was still able to go out on patrols and stuff, and his guitar player, who was not a military veteran, went
Shit
with
himself?
him. Damn close. Yeah, and we have another veteran actually walking in the door right now.
Who is a musician?
Who's a musician with a nickname.
He's got a nickname.
He does. His name is Monkey Boy.
Monkey Boy, come on in.
He served in the Air Force as well. And
So we got 2 Air Force, myself Army, son of Marine Corps.
yep,
Come on in, Monkey Boy.
we do have Navy and Coast Guard.
Join us on Cigar Smoking Vets 2, The Deuce. You know, one thing that people don't realize about me is prior to the Army, I was in music.
Were you?
Out in Hawaii.
I didn't know that.
Absolutely, and I love that t-shirt.
Thank you.
Because
Mele Kaliki Mama.
Ole Makahiki Ho.
Yes. Jenny hasn't called me yet, though.
The funny part is, my sister is Jenny, and before we moved out to Hawaii, when we were in Maine, that actually was our number when that song came out.
No!
Jenny,
no,
Jenny.
No.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was in the area code of 207. And speaking of trivia,
Uh-huh.
I brought this one to you earlier today.
Okay.
Family Ties. I ended up winning this one on Facebook Live. The son, played by Michael J. Fox, was named Alex P. Keaton. What did the P stand for? Now, until I told you, you did not know.
I did not know.
You know, I never guesses. Peter, Paul.
Mary.
I was waiting for Mary.
Petunia.
Come to find out, if anybody watched that show, they were hippies. He was conceived in Woodstock. So therefore, Michael P. Keaton, the P stood for
Peace.
Peace. We'll come back, let you know what we think of the first third. Appreciate, from the bottom of our heart, Tony, for joining us.
You betcha, man. Take care, guys. Thank you very much, and I'm out.
He's out. And so about a third way through of the ABCO Miami. We got some buttery, earthy, yet slight hints of peppery tones in it. It's a nice mild cigar. You want to start your day off with a cigar. You want to go with a full body, full flavor. The ABCO Miami is definitely a way to go. And I am still not by myself. We thank Tony for joining us at the very beginning of this review. He's not going to be our only guest here on this review, so stick around. You never know who you're going to wind up seeing. So, second, third, not even all the way through of the ABCO Miami. And the ash held on really good. I just ashed it right before this cut back. And the buttery notes kind of faded. The peppery notes really came up. And I'll say that's the primary flavor on it now, about halfway through the stick. And the earthy tones are still there, haven't increased, haven't decreased. It's just that peppery nuts has really come up. I'll come up to you. You can see the burn line, although not razor sharp. Doesn't need any touching up whatsoever. Definitely a good stick for the price point. Nothing that I would not expect from the Alec Bradley Company, or on this stick itself as it's known, the ABCO. Good price point. Search your local B&Ms for it. Definitely. come back with the final third, as well as what we've got coming up with Cigar Smoking Vets 2, The Deuce, some other guests, and everything coming up on my side projects. So stick around. Now as we enter the final third of the ABCO Miami, the earthy tones have died down a bit. The peppery tones have really come up. So that's your primary on it, at least for me. But as we all know, everybody's palate is different. People can taste different things on the same cigar. This is what I'm getting from it. Now, to further along with everything we've been doing here at Big Star Cigar, I actually have picked up, and I'm going to show you, this beautiful smelling, I wish we had smell-o-vision, candle. It is a, oh that's scary. I think somebody just shit themselves. It is a 2-wick candle. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. That's ABCO, E-K-K-O. And this one, as I'm reading it from the back here, EKKOcandle.com is the bourbon tobacco. And before anybody says anything, yes, I did ask the Duchess. She loves it. So we'll be having that in our home. Stick around. We got the final third coming up. As well as some other veteran issues, CSV2, YTPC news coming up. So stick around. I ain't going nowhere. So we're back here one last time, as I am now well within the final third, and joined by a very special guest. As you can see, that's Jenny's number there. 8675309.
That's it.
Fellow veteran. We work, not he and I personally, but our branches worked hand in hand.
Yes.
Air Force and Army.
Yes.
Joe, what do they call you here, Joe?
Call me Monkey Boy.
Monkey Boy.
JoJo Monkey Boy. My daughter gave me the name JoJo Monkey Boy whenever we were on tour. I played drums. She was opening for Avril Lavigne and Jessica Simpson. She was the opening act, and she did not want to introduce me as her dad. So when it would get to me, she would say, "We've got Monkey Boy on the drums," or JoJo Monkey Boy. It stuck. So it's been that way for several years now.
Now, first and foremost, welcome to Cigar Smoking Vets 2.
Thank you, thank you.
2, where I work, outside of on YouTube, thank you for your service is kind of cliche.
Yes.
Now, not mean to be offensive here, because we know how everybody gets offended. I don't mean to do that, but
No problem.
obviously you're older than me.
Well, not obvious, but yes.
Well, it's obvious, it's obvious to me because we've had interactions.
Okay, I'm older.
Yes. Instead of saying thank you for your service, I thank you for what you did during your service.
Well, thank you.
Because if it hadn't been for you in generations prior, rather than just years prior, I wouldn't have been able to lead my soldiers the way I did when I was serving.
Well, I appreciate
So
that.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Now, you brought up music.
Yes,
You still play?
I do. I play. Play drums. I play drums here in Nashville downtown a lot. I play with a lot of guys who are ex-touring musicians also. Our bass player played with Billy Currington and Jason Montecaro. One of the guys played with Joe Diffie. So these are professional players that we have a band. We enjoy ourselves. But yes, I like to play. But I'm no longer on the road.
Well, I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Okay.
Just so they know, I did not bring this up to him before, so he has no idea what I'm about to say. Do you still have your own kit?
Oh, how many?
That's kind of like that's almost like that's almost like
How many
asking
kids are we
if,
talking about?
that's almost like asking if the Pope is religious,
No,
right?
I have multiple kits. I've got a road kit that is a phenomenal pearl kit that I can take on a large stage, and then I have electronics and different things for flying loops and playing full-on professional shows. So yes,
Now, would you be up to performing locally?
I'm playing this weekend. So yes, I perform all the time.
Second Tuesdays of every month, which would be the 14th of this month.
Well, it involves other people, so
Yes,
that's where other
they're
people.
always welcome. I'll tell you what I'm about to propose to you. What I'm about to ask you
Yes.
is always open.
What is it?
It's called Stop 22 Tour. Veterans that are songwriters, they perform on the second Tuesday of every month.
Oh,
Right up the road. As a matter of fact, I didn't goggle it, as the Duchess of Cigarello would call
Yes.
it. It's called Coach's Eastgate Grill over in Lebanon, which, if I'm not mistaken, is about a 10-minute ride up from where we are right
I know
now.
exactly where it is.
Second Tuesday of every month.
Okay.
They perform from 6 to 9 p.m. And there's usually a goofy son of a bitch who thinks he's Johnny Carson
Really?
that follows them,
Yeah.
interviewing the artists that are on stage.
I see.
And that's called After the 22. The reason I get to dog this son of a bitch, you're looking at him.
Well, there you go.
Suit and tie and everything.
That sounds fantastic.
If you'd be willing to. They are always open to having veterans performing with them. It's to bring awareness to the pandemic.
Well, we'll talk more off camera, and I'll get the details.
Absolutely, because we got 8/14 coming up. Next month, ironically enough, is on Patriots Day,
Oh, okay.
9/11.
Yeah.
So, we can always get him up here, Stephen, up on your stage, over in Lebanon. You're a great guy.
Thank you very much.
However, I got a very funny story to share with CSV2 World.
All right.
How's your foot doing?
How's my foot doing? Fantastic. I don't know I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
Does it need another shower? This man here, it embarrasses the living dog out of the Duchess of Cigarello, had opened, I believe it was a Dr. Pepper or a Pepsi, that had been shaken up. Spewed all over.
yeah.
While he's wearing flip-flops. All over.
I was showered with a Dr. Pepper. It was a Dr. Pepper shower.
It was a Dr. Pepper shower.
I've recovered.
You know, she's going to wind up killing me for this, but I'm not editing this part out.
That's great.
The thing is you know, earlier in the video we mentioned we had Tony up here. We're very glad to have him here. Everybody, from maybe not the first, but second, third, fourth, I've probably seen you here about 30 times.
Yes, yes.
Like family. You know, all I had to say, hey Joe, you want to be on camera? And
Yes,
guess what?
yes.
Here you are.
There you go.
You know, and that's the way it is here. Love it over here. It's a great. I've been in cigar shops where it's a hoity-toity thing.
Yes.
You show up in jeans and a t-shirt, and they look down on you.
Yep. It's great hang.
Here, people come walking in the back door. This time we were lucky enough to have Ron. His name was brought up. He's getting ready to come in, start his shift. It's great to be over here. Never know. Address was said earlier. Actually, in my previous video, had the goggle with the address on it.
Yes.
3384 North Mount Juliet Road, number 1100. Come on over here. You might see Joe. Actually, I think chances are very great.
Yes.
You'd see
I
Joe.
come in often.
Very often. Probably the only person here more than you would be Tony himself.
Oh, that's not nice.
But you know,
Just trying to help the local economy.
you know, it's great people over here. Thank you very much for
Thank you.
joining us,
Thank you,
Monkey
Pat.
Boy.
All right. And I'm signing out.
And the pepper has really come up on this stick. We've had a great time here. We did our previous video, the same day as this video, the Have a Shot of Freedom Whiskey review, the review of the ABCO Miami in Toro. Nothing negative to say about the stick, nothing negative to say about the place we're in, or the price point of the stick. Burn line is very good on it. Burns nice and long, probably been going now for close to an hour, if not slightly over. Nothing else to say about it. You know, great stick, great price point, great burn. I'd give this, if I had one of those magical ratings, I could easily go on to 90 on this stick. Now, coming up, the 13th, Monday the 13th of August, the Duchess and I will be making a nice multiple hours long trip from Middle Tennessee to Memphis. We'll go live, we'll be smoking some cigars, having some jokes. On the 14th, don't know if we'll be there yet or not, because that is the day we'll be coming back from Memphis to Middle Tennessee at Coach's Eastgate Grill. Will be another stop 22. We're going to try, at least I'd like to try, to do an after the 22. No guarantees on that. On September the 11th, Patriots Day, will be next month's Stop 22 tour at Coach's Eastgate Grill in Lebanon, Tennessee. That one there will be an after the 22. I will be interviewing at the very least Mr. Sal Gonzalez, a new father by the way, as well as Jim Sales. You've seen him on this channel. You've seen him on Facebook, both on After the 22 and on Cigar Smoking Vets 2.2 on Facebook. And following that, there will be a pipe show for the YTPC at Uptown Smoke Shop in Nashville, Tennessee. That will be the weekend of the 20th of October. So if you're in the area, come meet up. More than likely you will see me or, I shouldn't say or, the chance of me and possibly both me and the Duchess. So until we see each other again, happy smoking.